Oh my goodness. Goostie is going crazy with it.
We don't have music. We gotta put on a show right now.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, chat. Welcome on in. Just making sure all my audio is unmuted and shit.
I like how big Goostie is to my model.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you're so little.
I'm so little.
Itty bitty.
Okay, I think we're good.
Uppy.
Okay. Oh. Hello. Oh my god.
Wait, I'm not looking up. Hold on. Up.
I could literally reach someone's apartment if I could jump far enough.
Oh. Goose is over here breaking into someone's house. What the?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Parkour. Damn, we can jump really high.
Can't jump. Yes.
Hello, Valley Casper. What if I'm just the market person with like the sign, except I'm up here and be like, go to our supermarket.
It looks like you're floating, so that would be really honestly, maybe that would make people come in.
Heck yeah.
What if we just spent this whole game just like doing parkour?
Parkour. I mean, there is a parkour simulator I saw on Steam the other day that's getting worked on.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh, it's our calling.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Alrighty. I kind of played a bit of this game on my own to test it to make sure it would work on stream, but I have no idea. Like, I don't know. Also, the money is American and that scares me.
Oh, what the heck? This balcony is not meshable. I can't even, like, get on it. I could get onto the hotel roof, but I can't get here.
Where even? Oh, there you are. Wow, I'm having some wild lag right now.
Oh no.
Ooh, lag.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Let me change the resolution. Okay, now I have to fix OBS. That's okay.
Yippee.
Oh, I'm in the way. Sorry. Hold on. Let me be not in the way while I fix this.
What should we? Oh wait, I just realized. Can we even name our shop right now or no?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Management.
It has that. Hopefully that's a little bit better.
Oh, and we need to upgrade it to upgrade our. We have to upgrade our store to unlock customization.
Okay.
What the heck? We got this area. We're renting it. So, like, why can't we just go ahead and name it?
Yeah, we're already paying for it.
The greediness. The greed.
I can't believe Goose is doing all this running and jumping in her heels.
Yeah. I'm just that amazing.
Wow.
I deserve that much. Yeah.
We also have $6 to our name.
6.
Just like real life.
Now don't remove a penny. Please don't remove a penny. I will be sad if you do.
Oh wait, you're right.
Oh no.
If anything, add a penny. Oh, I got out of the tree. Oh. Why are you like in a tux? Where are you going to?
Oh, I was like,
I
me?
don't know. Oh shit.
No, I just an NPC all decked out. It's 8 a.m. You don't need to be wearing this.
Thank you for the lurk, Moose. If you have any issues with this game, you can try Supermarket Together, which is free and basically the same. Interesting.
Ooh.
Maybe we will look into that. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay, where the heck is our store?
Over here.
Oh. Okay. I see.
Oh, right. We gotta set a price.
Set a price.
All right.
So the average is 99 cents.
Good luck, Matcha.
Average cost. So I'm gonna charge $800 for one bag of flour.
179.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
15.
Yeah, I trust Goose with this.
800.
All right.
Now we open. Are we open?
I'm ready.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Oh.
Perform checkouts.
You have
I'm
to
right
press
here.
the sign.
I'm trying. It won't let me.
Oh, this? Oh,
Oh, there it goes.
Now it's
Okay.
open.
Hey, people,
Welcome
come to our store.
Unnamed restaurant.
Yeah.
Restaurant. Fucking get inside.
Or not restaurant. You know what I mean.
Get
Oh my
inside.
god, Rose.
Get
Just
inside.
noticed you're up there.
Yep.
That's so scary. Rocky Roadster, thank you for the lurk. I hope you enjoy your lurk. Oh,
They're supposed to be coming in, right?
Come in.
Oh, sorry.
There's
Oh,
fun
okay.
inside.
they just don't want our stuff. Oh, another one.
Yeah. 1785.
Oh, now they're all coming in.
Supermarket.
1 penny. You want 1 penny. So
Bruh.
stingy.
All right, what do I?
One-
They
What do
phased
I do
out
now?
pennies. You don't get pennies anymore.
Yeah, heck you. Heck
Oh
the
my
penny.
god. I can't read any of this.
You
Okay.
want $1? Nope.
Oh, it's
take
the fancy
$1
man.
back and a penny. What did they even buy? They bought flour or the pasta, one of the two.
They're
Greedy.
pretty much the same.
He's back.
Oh my god, he wants a refund.
I'll take it.
Sliced bread.
I'll take it. It did not go well.
How are you doing?
The guy left.
His loss. No bread for him.
Oh,
Bye.
8-foot vertical leap.
What am I doing? 215.
Okay, we need to buy more.
Great job, everyone. I don't know what to do.
Do you want to use the? Here you go. Content.
Oh, sure. Oh my goodness. Boom. Oh my
Flour.
god. What's the total? Wait, hold on. Oh, it's right there. Baba Booey. Okay, I did it.
Bully.
I got one. Oh, another one. Oh fuck, it's cash. Oh shit. Change 85 cents. So
It's okay, you got this.
then what do I do? Oh, close checkout. Oh wait, hold on. Did he get his change?
Oh, you closed it.
Oh. Oh my god, sorry.
Do you need help?
I
I'm
I
pretty
just
sure you
can't
hit
read.
space. Oh, they're using
Oh,
a card this
space.
time.
Oh
Oh no,
Oh
wait,
my
no,
God.
never mind. Ignore me.
okay, 1585. Okay. 15.
Holy shit, you got big bazongas. Oh my god.
Oh, did I fuck it up? Me?
No, this blue lady.
Oh.
Your waist is like.
Oh my god.
It's like a slinky toy.
I forgot y'all have $1 bills. I'm like, where's the $1?
Dollar.
Do the pricing. Do the pricing. Do the pricing.
Oh, it is
I did it.
$1.79.
Thank you.
That is $2.50.
Ooh, who's this baddie?
Yeah, that's the blue lady I was talking about.
Oh.
There's a blue lady?
Yeah,
right
I'm
here.
checking her out right now. In multiple ways.
Oh my gosh,
I mean, who said
blue.
that?
You're
Hello.
so blue. You're so much like
Look at
Rosy.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's like a monster. Her walk. Look at her walk away. Come here.
Oh my god,
Look
where is
at
she?
her.
Oh god. She
That's
walks.
terrifying.
She's walking like she
like
pooped herself.
Do you need a toilet?
Yeah, she had an accident.
At least she didn't do that move that some people do where they just like plop the poop while people aren't looking. People do that.
Oh, that's
Also,
so
apparently no one's
awful.
buying the sliced bread, so I'm gonna move the price down a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, no wonder!
Oh no.
$800!
Wait. Oh my god.
$800!
Bread ain't cheap.
That's awesome. No wonder it's fucking too much for everyone. That's so funny. Oh my
Bread ain't
goodness.
cheap and you know it.
You're so right.
$800 in this economy? It's more likely than you think.
Exactly. Just you wait until we get to eggs. My god.
Oh my god, true.
Oh, my bread.
$800 bread.
No more $800 bread.
Whee. We're doing laps.
We need flour.
Sorry, sir.
Can you imagine going into a store and seeing everyone just running in circles around the counter?
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
We're bored. They can't blame us.
Yeah.
Sir? I put everything in the back. There we go. Oh, it won't let me check him out.
Hold on.
Only Rosie is allowed.
Oh, I guess I'll have to make the cereal $900.
Oh no. What's next? $1,000?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Flour, cereal. What else? Pasta.
Oh.
BWowdy. Matcha73 arrived.
Actually, how much cereal do we have again?
0.
So I have flour, pasta, and cereal on here. Anything else?
I think that's good. Oh, let me help this guy.
Maybe get some sugar.
It says it's closed after 9. I can't buy it right now.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hi, Dano. Welcome on in. Thank you for the resub. Wow, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. We're
Closed.
Oh, do I have to close this? Oh.
Close. Room owner is expected to complete the day. Oh. Okay.
Let's go. Gaming.
$8 profit.
Oh.
Yay.
We just fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
Now we have $6 left.
We're living large.
Live like Larry.
Oh my goodness. A box. What is this? This is flour.
Open.
Uh,
Sesame.
wait, hold on. Oh, there we go.
I didn't do the cereal yet.
$3.99.
How much flour? $800.
Probably
Yes.
like $6.50.
Well, so many pin on your ear. Yeah, I have to get my flags out for Pride Month. Happy
Okay.
Pride.
Happy
Happy
Pride.
Pride.
I tried to put them in my hair, but they looked weird on my 3D model, so I had to put them on my ear.
I found a macaroni man.
Macaroni man?
Look at his hair. Looks like macaroni.
Oh, it kind of does.
Looks like Kraft.
Oh,
Let me-
yeah.
Let me do the thing.
Oh.
There we go.
It's so weird how we're just like looking at each like our customers' hair, and it's just like, oh yeah, you have brown hair today.
Yes.
Why not? Money.
Collect garbage
Oh,
and throw.
garbage.
Oh, okay.
See you run around with the trash bag at your side. It's just like sticking out.
What the hell did this guy track in? I'm mopping this woman's feet
Tab. Wait,
as she
tab,
leaves.
Sponge.
Let's sponge together.
Hey,
Let's
yo.
sponge together.
Sponge is new. I don't know why that's funny. Hello, ma'am. Get in
Let me sponge
line.
your
It's
hair
sponge
real fast.
time.
Free cleaning.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna need it for his head. He's definitely gonna need it. He's gonna be completely bald soon.
Oh yeah, we gotta polish it. It's gonna look
Yeah.
like a mirror.
Why are you crouched over like this, ma'am? Why are you crouched over like this?
What? She's standing up for me.
Cereal.
She's just like sliding around and she has her arm like in the conveyor
I
belt.
need oil now.
That's
I
frightening.
sent a screenshot.
No,
Oh, hold on.
pasta,
Oh, good. Oh, her arm.
sugar.
That
Yeah,
is
she
scary.
slid over to
Okay.
the conveyor belt like this. She did not walk, she just slid.
Oil,
That is frightening.
pasta, sugar.
It
I
is
don't know.
frightening.
Ooh, I might have to turn off my 3D model.
Come.
Great.
It's lagging really bad. Hold on.
Oh.
We got it
Yeah.
right now.
Okay, I'm gonna disappear for 1 second, y'all.
Okay.
Well, not you guys.
No,
You'll still hear
Don't
me.
do us.
I'm just gonna vanish into thin air on stream for a second.
You want
No.
$89 and change? What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the hell? There we go. There I am.
There. God.
Okay. Okay, I'm back. Maybe the game will run smoother now. Okay. Oh, she has blue hair and pronouns.
Yippee.
Yippee! Happy Pride. Oh, there's Stinky down here. Oh, wait, no, I have to pick that up, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, I have no idea how this game works.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
You're learning it. That's okay.
Do you need a break from that, Goose?
Sure.
Okay. Just walk away while this guy's handing you money. I love that. I would do the same.
Great.
Okay. Oh shit, no. Hold on. Oh no, I just gave this guy like $10 just because I
Where's the product license?
Okay. I'm gonna keep this guy. No, I'm not. Okay.
We need $200 for that? Jeez.
Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm so bad at math. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Okay, we're good.
You have to make $200 to get a license.
What kind of license?
A product license. What the?
Hello.
Why is there just like a chip bag all the way in the corner? That's not even where the products is. It's like all the way over here. It was all the way over here.
Bruh. That's good.
Right?
I keep going for the coins to look for the $1.
$1.
Oh, we also need a fridge too.
Canada
All
moment.
right.
Which a fridge is.
Change 1 cent. Okay, sure. Sure, man.
Fridge is.
Okay, I'm getting the hang of this.
We need $400 actually.
Oh my god. Goosey had a little too much Red Bull.
I'm trying to seduce her. Let me do my work. Heck you! Heck you! I don't need you.
Oh my gosh. It's like a bird's mating display. Like a little dance they do. I love that.
You little dance. Make a little. Hey yo! Hey yo! How about I do a
Who
little dance
is
for
she?
you?
Oh no.
No, come back!
You didn't like the cereal price.
Okay, I'll change it.
How much was that one? 1,400?
No,
I'm just
it
kidding.
was $6.50. I'm changing it to $6.30 now.
Fair. Hello, this man looks fancy. 1585. Math.
You look so
Nodding.
just done with life right now.
You look really like sweaty for some reason.
You did too.
Okay. It's been a long
You look
hello,
like-
hello sir, don't mind me.
Hold on, I'm gonna message.
Yeah, you look like moist for some reason.
Look like
Moist.
Oh no. That's not good.
Goose.
Goose looks like it. That's like the end of Blair Witch over here. Josh?
She left me.
No.
Oh, sorry. Would me standing like this help?
Oh god. Oh.
Oh, I can see your mouth. Hey yo.
Oh, ew. This is that. Yeah, actually, no.
Yeah. We must go.
Yeah, we gotta run into the
Yeah,
street.
Alright.
Oh.
Sorry, but I thought you meant next day. I'm sorry.
I
we're
did,
good.
but also we tried to run away. We can
You
never
can't run away from me.
We can never leave the grocery store.
Minimum wage purgatory.
We need pasta and bread.
Oh, we have
Give
bills
me-
now.
Oh God.
Wait, we have what now?
Bills.
No, Goosey's out of here.
Save the planet.
Goosey heard bills and she's like, no.
Nope.
Oh my goodness, this
I don't
woman.
remember what I was even looking for.
Lord.
Alright, the pressing thing. Okay.
Ooh, I need a sip of my hot
This
drink.
one's up. Market price is $6.30. So we want this.
Ooh,
Maybe like $6.50. Maybe now would be okay for that. Uh,
I'm gonna go explore. Oh my god, Goose is soaring through the air. Donking donuts. That's very funny.
This is my home.
You live at Donking Donuts?
Hey, yo, look at that lady. Hey, yo.
Yeah, I saw her earlier.
She made me fall off.
Open. Doesn't look like it to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. This game is silly. It's very fun. Hi, Rosie. Sorry, we kind of left you here.
our prices are so low.
Are we still getting a profit?
Yes, but okay, let
Okay.
me see.
What was it?
But market
Bread.
price is like $3.60. We're selling it at $3.25. We need more.
Bread and pasta.
Give us money.
Okay, we're good.
Pizza,
shit.
pasta, put it in a box.
Oh no.
Here you go, matcha.
What? Oh,
Pasta.
thank you. Pasta.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in there.
I'll just put this here. But can I?
You can put it up here.
Oh, I have to open the box. Where? Oh my goodness.
Right there. On the top one.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, otherwise the customer.
There we
No,
go.
you're fine. I only say that because then customers will be like, oh, there's no pasta. Literally right next to it.
Oh my god, just like real life.
Yep. Seth Rogen.
Hello, sir. Did you say Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen. It's okay, man. It's okay, man. It'll get better. I promise. I promise.
That's my Seth Rogen laugh. 1685.
Dapper man. Yo.
He is dapper. He looks kind of like Link.
¿Quieres?
Oh my god,
Like,
he does.
From GMM.
Link?
Oh, I thought you meant from Legend of Zelda. I was like, don't
Oh, no.
understand.
Fair enough. Should have clarified, my bad. I will hydrate. Thank you, Moose. That's a great idea.
I'll hydrate too.
Why
Good
does your
idea.
face look so sad?
Yeah, I was looking at that guy.
You like a
The
sad
checkouts are
wet
full.
puppy.
Hey, I had to hydrate, man. Calm down. Oh my god, bro has so many things. Oh, good. Thank you for paying with card.
We're out of cereal.
Yeah. We're out of both cereals, pretty much.
Oh
yeah, we're officially out of both
46.50.
cereals. We have one
Any
pasta.
sugar?
6.50.
Pasta.
Ba, 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 ba.
Just get one of everything. We need one of everything.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention. I'm doing math over here.
Oh, you mother. How do you clean?
Okay, I got it.
40.
How does one clean? Oh.
You
Okay.
do tab.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Then you have options.
Thank
Get
you
in
for
the box.
paying an exact
Get in the
change.
box. Get in the box. Get in the box. Get
The
in the
lid.
box.
The
Get in
lid.
the box.
The lid.
Get
The
in
lid.
box. The lid.
The lid.
The lid. The lid. Am I just carrying a trash can?
No, it's for garbage. It's not. I'm
Get in the
not.
trash. Get in the trash. Get in the trash. Get in the
It's for
trash.
items to place them without a box.
Get in the box. Get in the box. Restock.
Okay. I'm so locked in. I've never been more locked in my life.
Heck
Got this
yeah.
much.
Speed run.
There we go. Oh, I forgot how to play the game for a second. Oh, I almost way overcharged this woman.
Yippee!
Yay!
Yay, inflation.
We get to buy it now. But we should buy a fridge first, honestly.
Yeah.
So let's buy a fridge. Let's see.
Okay. Ooh.
Fridge.
I'm doing another
Fridge.
hydrate. That was a lot. Oh shit, there's a dude right in front of me. I looked away for 1 second.
Let's see.
12.
Do you need me to take over matcha?
If you want, I'm okay right now.
Alright, I'll
I just need a sip real quick. So this woman can wait.
Clean.
God, I'm so glad I don't work in retail anymore.
Clean.
26. Oh my god. 26.
Oh,
not
we actually
here.
do need to clean the window. There
Oh, do
go.
we?
We did. I did it.
Change $1. Oh
It
my
gets
god.
smudgy after a
Goose
while.
jump scare.
Wah!
20, 30, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, it's getting hot in my room.
Yay, summer.
Ugh, yeah.
Summer. Canadian heat.
Yeah. And it's like really humid
Yeah.
where I am too, so
Oh god, I feel that pain.
it's yeah. I prefer the dry heat.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was 69 degrees outside. I'm not playing, by the way. It was actually 69 degrees outside.
What
Nice.
the heck? Give us that temperature. What the heck? Give us that weather. I've been stuck in tornado season over here.
Oh no.
Good.
Oh.
Why can't I do it now? Hold on. Oh, there we go.
24.
Thank you.
Oh.
Please come again.
Wait,
What
what?
happened?
I was on my side and I said
Oh my
I
god.
said thank you, please come again, and the guy just went off running.
Oh my god.
It was because of the bread, wasn't it?
Yeah, the $800 bread scared him
these
scared him
people.
away.
SMH.
SMH my head.
My head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost your hair for a second?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No more hair.
No more hair?
No more hair.
Oh. Corner.
Goosey lost her hair for a second. That's why.
Spooky.
It's time to tour the town.
I knew I could only serve for
Okay.
so long.
I'm chasing Rosie.
Get out of my way.
Thought that car was gonna hit me.
Welcome to Delhi.
Whoa. Can I steal?
Bread. I mean, there's no one
Yeah,
here.
you can. No. Wait. Oh, no, I bought oil!
Wait, what just happened? Oh,
I bought oil.
hell yeah. What is this song?
Yippee. What else even is there here?
I'm removing this song from my
Hey,
playlist.
Matcha.
Yeah.
I want you to take this box.
Okay.
Wait, how do I put it down? Take this box and look over there.
Where?
Over there.
Oh, the green?
It's green.
It's green. It is green for an amazing reason.
But did I get teleported?
I think G is behind him.
Oh.
You're venturing about.
Oh, did I just throw?
Stinky.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good. It just
Okay.
dropped.
Are you a pawn shop?
We have a
me
surplus of oil now.
Let me in. I see your products. Let me in. Let me in.
Let me in.
Good.
Ooh.
Watch it.
Huh?
Look at all our oil.
Oh my god, we have so much oil. Oh my god. Don't tell the United States of America that we have so much oil.
Boy.
Okay. Where is Goose? It's so dark and scary out here.
Oil.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Oh. Hold on. Yeah, it's over here.
Oh, the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
I could go in here. Yay!
Oh my
Hi.
god, Goose is
Wait.
playing basketball.
Whatcha?
Slam
Oh my
dunk.
gosh.
And my freaking stilettos.
Sheesh.
Who you think you are, tough guy? Smack. How about I give you a cleaning? That'll teach you.
Yeah, we're gonna sponge you real good. Get sponged, idiot. Oh.
Yeah, get sponged in the corner.
I like how he just
There
does
you
not
go.
care.
Yeah, he's used to it. It's a weird town.
Here. Oh, this nothing. Okay. Whee.
Why is this map so big?
Why not?
Like, I don't even know where I am. Oh,
Oh, you got hit.
I got hit by a
never
car?
mind.
Oh.
Oh, you reached the city's limits.
Oh.
Whee!
I thought I died or something.
Oh my god! That car
Oh.
behind them, like, slammed into them. Holy
Oh my god.
shit.
Oh, now
Like,
we have
I
to
saw
do.
them bump up.
Now we have to do insurance claim simulator.
Oh, great. There's no one even
there's no one
in
in
here.
Wait.
Hey, come back. Let me
See,
sponge
they
you.
hit each other. They hit each other again.
Come back here!
I have a sponge. Please return to
See
the city.
Oh my god, this white car also hit this car.
Oh.
Jesus. Accident. Oh my god, that was a parked car! That's a parked car! How did you crash?
We need to talk to someone about the traffic here. This is unbelievable. Oh, what are the gas prices like?
Why did we buy a store here? This is a bad town.
I can barely read this. I don't know what that means.
Ooh, a park.
Regular is almost $3. Plus is almost $3, and Supreme is over $3.
I
I
think
could take a bath. Yay.
I think we measure gas differently in Canada, so it's different here.
Yeah.
It's just me and my sponge against the world.
Are we gonna move to the next day, by the way?
I don't know.
Profit, -$2.
You.
Awesome.
And Australia went down. Oh, that's a large drop.
Is this relaxing for you?
What are you doing? Oh. Yeah, okay.
Oh my god, the
That's
way
just
you
normal
turned to
macho
look at
behavior.
me unblinking.
We gotta be squeaky clean for our customers.
Okay, I changed the price like
Perfect.
3 different times. We're good. Okay, we need to pay bills.
No, not bills.
Bill.
Bill,
Bill,
Bill.
Not the science guy.
Oh, I love
Hey
Bill Nye.
yo, I want that dress. Give me that dress.
That's cute.
Why do
That's
you have
so
to walk
cute.
like this? Why do you have to walk like this, lady? Hey, ooh, bark. Red jacket, bark.
Oh shit,
Red
hold on, I gotta put my sponge away.
Red jacket lady, bark.
Where's the target?
Bark. I'll do my dance for you.
Goostie going crazy.
Also, do you have a target in Canada?
We used to, but I don't think we do anymore.
Oh.
For the best.
Yeah. It was okay when I went to it, but
Yeah, it's really gone down in quality.
that sucks.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Oh.
Reasons.
Yippee!
Yippee!
$70. Bro, why you pay for a $30 thing with a $100 bill? He's just flexing on me, yeah.
Just say, wait, I'm gonna just keep the $100 and not give change.
Yeah.
I was going to say that in our group chat, I was saying that the next time someone pays us $100 for like a $2 item, I'm gonna say, let's tell each other a secret. I'll go first. I hate you.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Give me your $100 bill. Go
Oh my
away.
god, there's such a big line. So real. 13.95. Oh my goodness. You're buying 1 bottle of oil? Okay.
Wait,
Let's
do we
Please
have enough
buy
to get
all the
more
oil.
product? More product. More product.
Why are you running?
More product!
You're literally running at the count.
Oh my god. I got an achievement.
Ghost is so excited.
Oh, we
Oops.
can't get all the products yet. We
Oh
need
no.
like $50 more.
I'll see what I can do. I'll overcharge this lady.
Hell yeah. No change back. No change back.
Okay. Sorry, struggling with math.
Nah, you good.
It's okay. Now all we have is oil and bread and oil.
Wait, we need other
Perfect.
stuff? Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm sacrificing the tea and the coffee.
Okay.
So what all do we have right now?
Literally just oil.
Oh god. Okay. I need $204.
Oh no.
We're almost there.
Oh shit. Hold on.
We
70
need, like,
70
We need $2.
There you go.
Okay.
Yippee. So much
Oh,
product.
I'm not gonna start with the milk.
Wait. Let me put the bread. It won't let me put bread.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult.
No, like it won't let me put anything down.
What let me do?
There, now allow me put the flour down.
I got it.
Big. For $5.99. Because that's how much eggs are here, I think.
Oof.
The eggs are expensive as fuck. That's all I know. $3.75. Cheem. I don't have room for cheem.
For what?
No cheem.
Can you not put it on the bottom?
No, it won't let me put cheese. It won't
Oh.
let me.
No cheese.
Coffee already? I just put that up. You motherfucker.
Bruh.
I
It's
got
so
it.
dark in here.
$8.
What on earth is
Yeesh.
that noise?
One box
Wholesale
of oil. Do you want
offer.
to buy? We do not need oil. We
Oh my
don't
God,
need any oil.
Oh my God.
Get out of here. No oil.
Oh, Matcha, you have to decline too.
After what?
You press P.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you can
Oh,
accept or deny.
my bad. Sorry.
Nah, you're fine.
You're good.
It took me a moment to notice too. What do we need?
How
Yeah,
long?
I know the eggs are expensive. That's the state of the economy. Heck you.
Yeah. Well, welcome to living in a society.
Yeah, welcome to reality.
Yeah.
Cereal, flour. Okay. Cereal.
Would you like this unrefrigerated milk?
Yeah. Oh,
Yummy.
yum. Mmm. Delicious.
I'll just put it in the corner.
Pasta.
Corner milk.
Do we not have coffee anymore?
We do. We just need a bag one because we only have one left.
Ah, okay. God, that's made it skyrocket from $60 to $119.
Oof.
Wait, we need
Oh, it's
eggs.
raining.
We need eggs more. We need eggs more.
Where's the rain?
Oh, no, we don't.
Need
I'm
rain.
looking at this wrong.
Oh, hi.
Okay, I think I have everything needed for the next day in the cart. It just needs to be the next day.
Okay.
Okay. Yippee.
$51 profit.
Yippee! Bye.
Dark roast. Went down. Who keeps?
Oh, wrong shelf.
That's so expensive.
Hmm?
What?
The $3.75 for the market price to $5, almost $6. We're charging at half price.
It's because the lady was grabbing it right when I put it down.
Oh,
So I was like, you know
no.
what? Heck you! I'm making your coffee more expensive.
I said inexpensive.
Oh,
Oh,
make it more expensive.
yes.
Yes, Goose.
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, my head is
And because
hurting.
I'm a knee free, I'm gonna organize.
Very fair.
You doing all right, Matcha?
Yeah. My head is hurting. And my
Aw.
throat is hurting. I'll be okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'd be okay for a bit longer.
Let me put the
Okay.
plastic down. Oh, that's why. Remove. Pasta. I love OCD.
Shaking your hand.
Yippee. And then nope, wait, none. Yeah.
Man, I feel so pampered for.
You look so thrilled. you don't look dead inside at all. This is so goofy.
I love the sponge.
Yippee sponge. Open. You know, I'm
The
gonna go
sponge
have my
needs to be
coffee.
our mascot.
But what do we call them? What about Blorg Rob Hexagon Pants? Hexagon tie.
It's perfect. It rolls right off the tongue.
Yippee!
Yeah, I should put my sponge away.
And there's gonna be a crab that calls him Sponge Globally Boy.
How do I? Oh, there we go.
Sponge Rob.
Sponge
Sponge
Rob.
Rob me boy.
Sponge Rob, my lawyer.
Oh shit. Oh, thanks, Rosie.
Yep. 0.4. There we go.
Oh, ad break in 2 minutes. Good luck, chat.
Pizza, pasta, put it in a box.
Oh no. Oh, someone took a dookie.
What the hell? Why do I have to use an entire garbage bag just for like a egg carton? That's so wasteful. Oh, we need bread. And coffee already? You've...
Oh no.
All of you, I swear.
Ooh, it is so hot in my room.
Greedy. Fine, I got your freaking coffee.
Oh, package. What is this? Oh, is this more coffee? Where do you want this, Goose? Oh, up here.
Yeah. If you run out of space, you could go to the shelf next to it.
To the right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like little item tags on here, and it'll tell you which item goes where.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I see. Thank you.
Yee.
Can you type it
Bottled
with a
water
number pad?
is too expensive.
I'm curious, is it? Can we type it with a number pad?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you can't?
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
But I can type it with this. There we go.
We already have a fridge. Why do we have to get another one?
Oh, is that what your objective is too?
I can buy a baseball bat.
What? Why do you need a baseball bat?
You whack the
He's got
customers.
mail.
Oh my goodness. Wait, what? I just got a raid.
You whack the customers.
Chica, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. Welcome on in. Sorry you heard us threatening to hit customers with a baseball bat, but If you've worked in retail, I'm sure you understand. Welcome. You were playing Do You Even Forklift? I've never heard of it, but I hope you had fun. Thanks for stopping by. Oh my goodness, why is my computer lagging so bad?
I whacked this man so many times, and now it's lagging for me too.
Oh.
Maybe I should not have gotten the baseball bat.
Buy something.
Yeah, I hope you had a good stream. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I'm playing some Supermarket Sim with Goostie and Rosey.
No, drop it!
Even though I'm getting like 1 frame a second right now.
Oh god. Oh, it's so chunky.
It's really bad.
Oh,
Oof,
Rosie, help us.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's fine.
You should look at my stream.
I can't.
Someone
It's on an ad break.
An entire
Oh, I'm on an
cereal.
ad break. Shit, never mind. Forget Karen getting you fired. They'll reduce your existence to 5 FPS. Yeah, apparently.
Yippee! It's slowly getting better for me. Kind of.
It's pretty
Maybe when it
bad
hits
for
the
me.
Maybe when it's the next day, it'll get better.
Hopefully.
Maybe it's just because I hit that guy so many times.
Yeah,
I think so.
This, probably.
I think he's like coming back to haunt us or something. Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Fun fact, we now have $400.
Yay!
Buy another bat.
Oh no!
What if I hit you?
Okay,
with a
mine is
bat?
getting better. Oh, hello. Oh no. Oh my.
Hi.
Oh my god. You're hurting me. You know what's funny? You hit me with the bat and now my leg is gone. And I'm not
the
kidding.
bat fixes everything. The bat fixes everything. The bat fixes the bat.
Oh, true. I'm bat. That's crazy.
The bat fixes bats. That's the
Wow.
answer.
By the way, people are gonna start stealing stuff now, which is why we have the bat.
Oh.
I have my eye on you. I have my eye on you all.
Welcome back after the ad break, y'all. Sorry you joined right as the ad started. Our game. Oh my gosh. This man has a twin.
Yep. And dress and everything.
Yeah, they're beautiful salmon shirt.
Where have you been? Nobody knows me.
Thank you for the head pats. What is Oh, Goostie's defending the perimeter. Oh my god.
I thought she was about to head right out.
You think they feel welcome with all of us staring at them like this?
Yes. They do feel welcome. This is their home now.
Yeah, they're not allowed to leave.
Oh my god, the way that woman crouches is terrifying.
Lest they meet Goose with the baseball bat. Oh, you both have a baseball bat. Shit. Oh my...
Yippee!
Why did she say ouch? That's so funny.
You should hear the guy whenever he screams. It's so hilarious.
Hi, Iris. Welcome. You great timing. Yeah, we had a shoplifter. And so I think Goostie like beat her to death or something. She
Yippee!
was going, ouch, ouch.
Execute all
Ouch.
thieves.
Yeah, that was wild.
So we need one of everything right now.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
pretty much.
I hope you're doing well, Iris. It's good to see you. Oh, ow.
Except bread. Why are the bread? Oh, we're fine. Never mind.
Okay, make it the next day.
Okay.
Yippee!
Yippee!
Ooh, our profit is really good.
Hell yeah.
Yippee!
$371 in profit.
Okay.
I'm glad you're doing okay, Iris. And I'm glad we're making money. Oh, look at all these boxes. Oh my goodness.
So much water.
Pasta. Is this pasta? I think so.
Pasta.
Oil.
Oh, I can't put Gene down.
Where does oil? Hold on, I'm blind. Is that the bottom one? I can't see it very well.
Yeah, it's the bottom right.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Nah, you're fine.
I have the windows so small so the game can run.
Oh,
These are eggs. They go in the fridge, I think.
yes.
On
Put
this
them in the
empty shelf.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. Open.
Eggs.
And now I'm the dog once more. Bark, bark, bark.
Ooh. I might have to
Anyway, can we
end after this day. Oh shit. I might have to end after this day. It's getting like really hot in my room.
Okay.
Right.
Oh my god, this pile of stuff. That is so funny.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I will stay in like the corner like this.
That's Goosed in the corner. And then they come in and they're like, that's a really cool mannequin. And then you're like, thanks. And then
not.
they try and steal something and then Goose. Yeah.
Wait, how much is another cash register?
Oh, we got a thief.
Oh,
Yep, I see you. I see you.
um,
That lady has brown hair but a gray bun. Honestly, that's cool.
this sounds. Oh, it is kind of cool, actually. I see her.
I'm gonna bring them down, look down a little bit. Okay. Proceed.
Oh my god. I was just turned around and I just hear,
It sounds like so real.
yeah. That was really funny.
That's like the best scream.
85 cents. 75. Oh, I shortchanged that guy. My bad.
Good.
It's 5 cents. Who cares?
You'd only get by with so much.
My ass would get fired. Good thing
Only
I'm
if they
not.
find out.
Yeah, good thing I'm not a cashier anymore.
Good thing we're bosses and we can shortchange people all the time.
Yeah.
Yippee!
Level 5! Yippee!
Yippee!
Oh, I should probably check our stock, huh? No, we don't. Never mind. put cereal in. Though.
Ooh, water time. Don't forget to hydrate, y'all.
Bread.
Ooh.
Get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Get out of here.
We are under
Break.
we are under fucking attack. Uh, 44-35.
And Goose is our guard dog.
Yeah.
We have a bat. We have a bat. We have a nymph. And we have a guard dog.
Perfect.
Nymphs can be an animal, right?
Yeah. You're like an
I can
animal
be
to
an
me.
animal. Yay! What kind of animal?
Nymph.
Oh, right. Oh, right. You're right. You're so right.
Or like your persona, the Banoi.
The bunny. Yeah. Have I ever showed you Goose my...
I don't think so.
Let me see.
It's so cute. Do you have a persona, Goose?
I do not.
Fair
My
enough.
moms want me to have one though, but as a cow.
That would be so cute.
I need
That would
ideas
make sense for you.
it one day. Mayhaps one day.
Yeah.
Looking through Matcha's commissions right now. Finding it. Found the pride flag. Finding it.
27. 60.
Found it.
Oil. Oh, yippee. Oh.
Here. This is what Matcha drew for me.
That's cute.
Oh, shit.
I
did not
Matcha
mean to
does
do
such
that.
good art.
Oh, there we go. I'm glad you like it. It's a very cute character, so I had fun drawing it.
Yay.
It's so cute.
I got that on art. Fight. Help.
Huh?
Help.
What do you mean help?
Help me.
What?
Wait, what?
Help.
Where are you?
Where are you going?
I can't stop moving. Help.
What is
Oh, God.
happening?
No! Rosie, no!
Oh my god.
I can't stop moving. I'm pressing nothing. I swear my hands are up right now.
Oh my god.
Rosie, no! They took her.
Hold
They
on.
took her,
What is
Matcha.
happening?
I don't know.
I don't even know where you are.
Hold on, I'm coming back.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
What?
Help me.
What is happening right now? Where is Rosie?
As I saw her, she went down there.
Oh my god, what? Oh. Oh my god, you're alive.
But
hello?
Are you still?
What's happening?
Wait, are you?
Are you still just not moving on your own?
Yeah.
What the? Rosie is haunted.
No, Rosie, no.
And you're like
should've hit
looking to
that
the side too. It's really creepy. Oh my god, that truck is gonna hit you. Oh.
It's the butterfly effect, but with me
Oh,
hitting
no,
that
she's still
pedestrian.
Oh.
I'm good. I think.
Oh my god, you are so sweaty.
All you have to do is get run over.
I know it'll
That's
help.
the answer to all life's problems.
Hold on, I still can't move.
Here. Oh. Oh, no, there you go. Let me
Stop, I can move in a
sponge you.
circle.
Will this carry to like the next day?
I don't know. Oh my god. What?
Hold on.
What if I hit you? Get over here!
Oh my god. What if I sponge
The
you?
bat hit! The bat fixed Matcha. Maybe it'll fix you.
Yeah, it's true. The bat will
Hold on,
cure
I'll
everything.
just go into the wall. I'll go into the wall.
Oh!
You're slowly moving. Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
No, it's still going. I don't know what's happening.
Oops. Oh, I just hit a random button on my stream deck. Oh no. Oh, we're good, I think.
Well, we said that this would be our last day, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even see where
Rosie,
you-
no!
Oh.
No! Never mind, you're running into the fence, that's fine.
Oh my god. Imprisoned.
I like how Goose is like. I like how Goose is like hitting me, and then Matcha's like, here, this will ease the pain.
I'm a healer, but
We gotta put Rosie out of her misery.
yeah.
I would typically quit to desktop in this part, but this would quit everyone out. So
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah. Where did Goose even go?
I'm right here.
Oh my gosh, you're up there. I just saw
Yeah.
you and you were gone. You went up.
Yippee.
Parkour. How
We're
did...
going up the moment. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ha-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
So true.
wait, is it working? Kinda. Not really. Never
That's
mind.
so weird. Huh. Ooh.
I
You
know.
must stay in the corner forever now.
Yep.
Think about what you've done.
You're in timeout.
No. Fine.
Okay. Oh,
We'll think about we'll all think about what we've done. We're all putting
Perfect.
timeout. I'm putting timeout.
Yippee.
yippee. All right.
Yippee.
Oh, I'm invisible on the scene. Hold on.
Where's Waldo? But
What?
where's
There I am.
Matcha?
Okay.
I'm small.
You're so small. You're small for an amazing reason.
Well,
It's because
Scrunkly.
you are cool and you're my friend. And you're both
Schmoly.
cool and my friend.
Beep beep.
Hee but yeah, thanks so much for playing with us today. I had fun.
yay.
It was very
Yippee.
chaotic, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we were finally able to stream together because, like, something really just didn't want us to stream together.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't play Minecraft, and then I had a migraine, and well, I'm glad it
We
worked
did
out.
it.
We did it.
Yippee, we did
We did
it.
it.
Eee.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna head out so that oh shit, hold on. So that I can go raid someone.
Okay.
Bye.
But yeah, I hope you all have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out. I had a lot of fun.
Yee.
Yay.
Yee. Okay. Bye-bye, y'all. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Well, that was fun. I had a lot of fun. I always have fun with my friends, but yeah, I'm really tired and it's really hot in my room. So let's end the stream. Let's do a little raid. Okay. Oh, bye, Moose/Mouse. Thank you for hanging out. I hope y'all had fun with us, lurking with us. It was very silly, but I had a lot of fun. And I'm glad I was finally able to play some Supermarket Sim with my friends. Let's see what this person's doing on stream. Oh, my throat is gonna be so sore tomorrow. I've been sick for like a week, so. Oops. Okay, we're loading. Okay. Thank you, Moose. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we're gonna do a raid. Yeah, I'll get the raid messages shortly. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I had a lot of fun. I always have fun with Goostie and Rosey. I'm happy that they're my friends and they like playing games with me. But yeah, Supermarket Simulator was very fun and silly. So, yeah, here's the raid message. Copy and paste whichever one works for you. And yeah, we're gonna go say hi to my friend Snutch. They are playing Dino Crisis, which sounds familiar, but I don't really know it. But yeah, we're gonna go say hi, go give them some love, and I will hopefully see you guys next week for streams if I'm feeling better. But yeah, until then, take care. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.